Back with us on the SportsMax Zone, the rescheduled Carabao Cup second leg semi-final between Arsenal and Liverpool was played earlier on this Thursday at the Emirates Stadium. Let's take some highlights.
But Lacazette looks like he has an eye for goal, and he's hit the crossbar. And here's Jota from Alexander-Arnold's pass, and Jota goes on, and he's dangerous, and he scores! With a miss-hit shot, Diogo Jota puts Liverpool in front in this semi-final.
In such a positive mind frame, he's got real belief, good strength, good power. Yes, he drags the shot.
And then ran out of steam. And Alexander-Arnold delivers a pass. Jota looks suspiciously offside. He's clipped it over Ramsdale and put it in the back of the Arsenal net. And the flag has gone up. Did look offside to me. And Lee Betts thought so too. VAR will check.
It's tight.
Oh, it's onside. I think that graphic is saying that this goal is going to stand.
Like you say, it's the lean, it's the shirt sleeve, isn't it? Where that is, and because the distance from Jota and Gabriel's so big, it's very hard to tell.
Well, it's tiny, tiny margins. Martin Atkinson now is getting instructions from Darren England, the video assistant referee. If this goal stands, Liverpool are almost at Wembley, and it does.
We've been talking about the offside, but we haven't talked enough about this and how good it is. I mean, he has been the difference in this game in more sense than one. I know he's got both the goals, but he's just been brilliant right from the off. And that's a fantastic finish. It really is. The run, the chest control, the drive to want to get there, and that little bit of composure just to lift it over Ramsdale's absolutely world-class from Jota.
And it means that Liverpool are into the final of the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, Simon Evans joins us now to review today's game. Good afternoon, Simon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, see, so Liverpool, well, Arsenal, beg your pardon, didn't quite like the double serving of Portuguese delight that they got today.
No, and it's, you know, when we've been talking about Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane being away at the African Cup of Nations and saying, well, Liverpool will suffer without them, the one thing people have been saying is, well, you know, Jota will have to step up, and that's exactly what happened tonight. I mean, first goal, he didn't connect with it well, but he was so positive with the run he made, and then a really, really superb finish for that second goal, which was allowed after the VAR reassessment of it.
Yeah, Simon, often, and it's something I'm consciously aware of, I try not to do it, but every time, well, most of the times a goal is scored, you'll have a panel of experts, mostly ex-footballers, blaming the defenders for what happened and saying, this should have been done, that should have been done to prevent the goal from being scored. That first one that you spoke of where he scuffed his shot, and perhaps in scuffing the shot it helped to drag it further away from Ramsdale's dive. The run, as you said, was very, very positive, and there were 4 Arsenal men sprawled at his feet by the time he swung and made connection. Was that just brilliant attacking, or do you have to question the pressure that the defenders put on him in this passage of play?
Yeah, I mean, you can look at it and say, you know, the defender there has got an opportunity to make a challenge, and then they're backing off after that. But it is difficult. You know, he's going at it very fast. I think it was a bit really good play from Jota. I really think he's a fantastic player. And I think, you know, Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp's going to have to think in the future about, you know, how does he incorporate him more regularly into that attack? And you wonder, you know, where he fits in, because he's not a natural replacement for Firmino, who you would think would be maybe the weaker of the 3 regular strikers. But that yeah, you're right. There's maybe that opportunity there for a challenge right at the start of that break. But I thought Arsenal defended pretty well, but they just didn't have enough punch elsewhere in the side, really.
A little more on Jota, Simon. Would you agree that since his move from Wolves to Liverpool, that all things considered, factoring in, of course, the games that he's missed through injury, that all things considered, in his time at Liverpool, he has been their second most dangerous attacker behind Mo Salah, even ahead of Sadio Mane, who in that time has been hot sometimes but cold otherwise?
Yeah, because he's made an impact off the bench as well a number of times, hasn't he? You know, where Mane started games and perhaps hasn't always made an impact, Jota seems to always make that impact when he comes off the bench. he's been a brilliant signing. I mean, some people actually did question. I think they paid about 40 million for him, and some people were saying, "Oh, Liverpool have panicked because they didn't get Timo Werner. That was supposed to be the big signing that summer, and they went for Jota." But he's proven to be an excellent acquisition.
Yes, Simon, and you know, something about Arsenal that bothers me, apart from the fact that they played like if they lack creativity, they're players. There seems to be something wrong with them. They lost Granit Xhaka in the last game to a red card. Today now Thomas Partey. What are these players really thinking? Is it that they're okay with ending the season without anything?
Yeah, I think that was a bit of a tired challenge from Partey today at the end. But I think, you know, I do think Arsenal are improving. It's become a cliche to say Arsenal are improving under Arteta, but they are. The league position shows that. Their results overall show that. But they're not at that level where they're competing with City, Liverpool and Chelsea at all. And you know, what's missing? What's missing is really a focal point for their attack. With Aubameyang's problems, they don't have that really potent centre-forward. And the midfield, there are some nice players there, and we're starting to see Odegaard and Rose Smith and so on really developing this season. But they just don't seem to have a presence. It's hard to put your finger on it, but Partey is supposed to be that player who sort of holds it all together and is the sort of linchpin of it. And I'm not sure he's quite doing that enough and in an imposing enough way to really make an impact for Arsenal.
Yeah, and based on how Liverpool played today, do you see them making any changes when they meet Chelsea?
Yeah, well, I mean, they'll have the players back from Africa for that game, so it will be, you know, pretty much a full strength barring injuries for Liverpool. I thought it was an excellent display from Liverpool, an away from home performance where you go there, you don't get drawn into situations. I don't think any stage in the game was it really under intense pressure from Arsenal. Arsenal were always in the game. But I think Liverpool had that level of control, which is a word we've used a lot about Manchester City this season. And I think Liverpool showed some of that today.
Well, Simon, thank you so much. As always, we look forward to connecting again.
All right. All the best.
Of course, Simon Evans, their international football correspondent. George and Lance, we're going to talk a bit now about what we saw today and how Liverpool will fare against Chelsea.
It's going to be No, it's going to be a tough game. Liverpool should win.
Yeah?
Chelsea are stuttering at the moment.
Yeah, Liverpool should win.
Stuttering.
And
two German coaches clashing. Yeah. Tuchel against Klopp.
Yeah.
They'll have their players back, as Simon mentioned, their top players. Yeah.
I like the point that Simon made earlier on about Klopp having the job now of trying to see how he could work Jota into a more regular attacking role, because
he has earned
he's number 2 in scoring in the EPL at the moment. Only Salah has scored more goals than he has. And that's an impressive statistic for someone who is not always on the starting roster. So I think Simon is onto something there about Klopp trying to find a way to insert Jota more playing time. And he certainly has been scoring more goals than Mane has. And I think it's a good look for Liverpool going into this final. I mean, we know these knockout finals can, sometimes not reflect the current form of a team. And Chelsea must start to rebound. I don't know what's going wrong with them, but they must start rebounding at some point. But I think it's a good look for Liverpool going in.
And there's no sign that Chelsea will rebound at the right time, George, based on what we've seen.
The squad is too good to be bad for much longer than they have been, and inconsistent for much longer than they have been. And it won't take much to have Chelsea playing like the powerhouse unit that they are. So it's still a toss-up. I was just being facetious when I said I expect Liverpool to win. It's two cracking teams. We're talking about the champions of Europe against one of the best teams in Europe for the past 3 or so seasons. Yeah, it's going to be a game worth going miles to see.
Yeah, we'll definitely be tuning in. Well, coming up after the break, we preview the Issa da Costa and Ben Francis Cup Final set for St. Elizabeth's Technical on Thursday. We'll be joined by 2 schoolboy football analysts. And if you are uncertain as to where you can watch the Winter Olympic Games, then fret not, because SportsMax will have all the action from Beijing, China. Yes, winter is here, and the Olympic Games is on your home of champions from February 4 to the 20th.